Well, well, well. Look what time it is. Sinners, I'm back. You're back. Probably. Maybe we're all not back. Who knows? But welcome back, everyone, to another sermon of Yap. Good to see you all again. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. Mine has been, I must confess, not too exciting. Not bad though either. So I suppose that's a win, isn't it? Their week is better than a bad week. But, you know, I've been up to little bits here and there, little itty bitties, you know. But, then as it is almost the end of the week, I have some good news. A certain piece of art that I've been waiting for is almost done, and I've managed to get mods working on Dawn of War 1. Only to find out there's a new fucking God of War game next year. I mean, what more could I ask for, really? A whole new game. A game that I will be playing the shit out of. As long as it's good. And it better be good. So help me if it isn't. I'll go schizophrenic. Truly. I'm not even lightly sugarcoating it, I will go schizophrenic. Because I'll be very honest with you. Dawn of War 4 needs to do well. Dawn of War 4 needs to do well. It's made by the Iron Harvest guys, and I liked Iron Harvest. I got them out. It was a fun game. My concern, there's a few things. I mean, some of the stylistic choices, I'm like, it looks a bit too close to Dawn of War 3. It's a little too close. My liking, anyway. And, you know, it's alright. It's not massive, but... Also, why are the guardsmen shooting yellow things? Why isn't it red? Or blue, at least, not yellow. Yellow reads as bullets. We all know the little yellow streaks from going from guns as bullets. Make it a different colour. Make it, like, red. Make it red, damn it. I heard there was some weirdness, but no, Games Workshop, not being weird. There's nothing legally stopping you from using red lasers. Not being weird. A little pew-pew laser. Metal laser pointer. Can't make it green, that's Necrons. And blue is a bit contested with Tau and plasma weapons in general, but at least make it yellow. Or make it red. Come on, be weird about it. But other than that, weird stylistic choice. But there's some like guardsmen, I assume there's NPCs. A Rogal Dawn tank, interestingly. But they are not playable. No. The set, of course, Space Marines, the Blood Ravens are back. With Captain Cyrus now. Yes, he's become a captain. He's gone from a scout sergeant to a captain. Incredible. He's now a real big boy. I think he died. No, I don't know. The trailer implies he might die. Or get critically wounded. This is possible. But they're all new Space Marines. You know, as far as... him and Jonah are back, but like... They're using Primaris Space Marines. The new guys. That I don't think are as cool as the old ones, personally, but, you know. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. But, at the very least, things are looking good. And then, to be honest, they've got some good customization options, I think. Like, I believe the idea is to have an intercessor squad, but you can swap their weapon options out. Which I think is a good thing, because there are plenty of things that use the same armor, use different weapons. Let my intercessors swap into being flamethrower guys, plasma, etc., you know? You get the infiltrators. Hopefully... We might get Reavers. Reavers could be fun. There's Blade Guard. Terminators are in. It's good. And also, Dreadnoughts. The new Dreadnoughts. Though I believe you can swap weapons out for them. I'm hopeful that we get like some punchy weapon Dreadnoughts. And then we can all upgrade them to Plasma or the big old autocannons. Rotocannons. Yeah. Good stuff. But on top of that, we have the orcs, of course. Yes, big orc boys. Which we saw some base building, which is great. Love that. Love the classic WoW mechanic back, which again, you love that. Just make sure, well, something to... Oh, sound alerts. And yeah, there we go. Just in case someone does any redeems now. Anyway, we have, on top of both of those, the Necrons. Yes, Necrons, finally. It's only been... Well, when the fuck did Dawn of War Soulstorm come out? That was the last Dawn of War game where they were actually prominent. Don't say Last Stand. Necron Overlord's cool as fucking Last Stand. But he doesn't count. You can't play Necrons. Hopefully we'll get Tau as well. Dark Eldar. Then we can fulfill the races that don't get much action in 40k games. Yes, Necrons are in. Well, they're new toys. Yes, so many new toys. I love it. Definitely half tempted to pick up a Necron arm. God damn it. But looking good. They're going to get 2 games. They're getting Mechanicus 2. And Dawn of War 4. They're doing really well. Honestly, Necron fans, which I must admit I partly count myself part of, eating well. Eating well. Nids still only the antagonist. They haven't been playable. But I would wager they're on the pipeline. If the game does well. We will see the other races. With hopefully, my hope, my honest to God hope, full-fledged campaigns for each. Even to take place somewhere else. You know, we're currently back on the planet Cronus, which is a game, well, a setting, a planet that has been already in Dawn of War. It was featured in the first game. So, you know, we've been there before. And in fact, you're playing the remaster of Dawn of War 1, you're there now. We've been to Cronus. We're back to Cronus. Yes. Now, oh, hello, tiny grey people. How you doing? I'm just yapping about that's new Dawn of War coming. Very happy. Very happy about it. How are you doing, tiny grey people? How is the tiniest greyest of people? Also, oh yeah. Also, fucking Mechanicus in the RTS, finally. Wait, holy shit. The Cog Boys haven't been in a RTS ever. It's their first time. And they're coming out swinging. I saw a screenshot of a knight in it, and I'm hoping that's a unit you can use. Doing fine. The war here... It's war here in Germany. Oh, they don't fuck up the app. War here in Germany. Oh, not again. I hope they don't either, man. I hope they don't either. It's warm. Oh. I was going to say, what? What? Not again. I was going to say, I didn't think there was war there. It's warm and I just see another. Oh, not again. Oh no, guy. Oh. Oh, well, hopefully you're keeping cool somehow. I hear you guys have great beer, so I mean that might help. Maybe. I've heard legends. Listen, if anyone's gonna cause it, I am 90% sure it won't be us causing it again. I'm 90% sure. I think we'll be on the same side this time. I'm sure of it. I'm like 99% sure we'll be on the same side this time, I think. I feel like things have changed this time. Hopefully. Oh, fuck, that's a beautiful typo. I love that. God, yeah, no, the AdMech. So, I've not seen all their new toys, but I've seen the robots in some gameplay. I've seen the Skitarii in parts. The Onaga Doomcrawlers on the front page, which is great. I love the Onaga. I own an Onaga Doomcrawler, actually. Fucking love Onagas. Love them. The tank, the little hovercraft tanks in the game. I imagine you get your horses. I imagine. I mean, the Admech have got 2 games. Speaking of factions of 2 games, you get Mechanicus 2, which is... I saw some gameplay of it. Looking pretty nice. So it's the campaign for them and Necrons. But Leagues of Votann are also present, apparently. So, yeah. But it looks like in Mechanicus 2, you play with your advisors. So, Funny Pope Man is playable. As is Lady who talks in code and wants to pilfer Xenos tech. I don't know if the main Dominus himself is, but hey. If he is, he'll have a big gun. I know the lady who leads to Skitarii is playable. I'm kind of hoping the one who's absolutely juiced up on augmetics and like helps hunt down the bosses is also playable. But it's the Necron that feels like it's mostly their overlord who you're playing. Which, to be fair, Necron overlords are beasts. Fucking awesome. There is something quite chat about a motherfucker who will just 1v1 an army and probably win. It does help that he's built out of the toughest shit. Covered in nanomachines to repair him. They're just badass. You know, ironically enough, when I was a player in a Dark Heresy game, I had to fight one. I'll be honest, we really kind of went a bit... We got a bit scared, so we just sort of... when we had the chance to requisition stuff, we were like, sniper rifles. My friend got a las sniper, a long las, should I say. I got a sniper rifle. And we basically, because I think one softened them up, and the sniper could punch through them. So we just did that, and just kept shooting the shit out of the Necron Lord. I believe we had a plan to jerry-rig a bomb using a missile as well. I can't remember if it worked. I remember the DM hated it. The orcish tactics, but it fucking worked. We had 2 Sisters of Battle helpers, but they weren't much help. Thankfully, I was playing a doctor. Well, an Admech doctor. So, I managed to save one of them. Minus her leg. Honestly, there was 2 of them, and the Necrons had Immortals. So, what can I do? You know? But hey. At least this time, I won't be fighting. If I was playing Admech fighting them, I would have much better weapons. A giant Volkite weapon is a very big improvement. Well, yeah, the sniper's pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, they're in Dawn of War 4 as well, so I am really looking forward to the kind of shit we can pull with them. Their Electro Priests are in, the Cataphrons are in. It's got a lot of options. Got a lot of options. The rosters seem pretty meaty, and seem they're not afraid to pull out some big toys. I don't know if the Knight is like a special mission unit, or if it's actually your super unit. I know the Space Marines get their new Grav tank. As much as I maybe have my reservations about more mass use of Grav anything in the Imperium, but you know. I hope they had the leggy boy done before. I don't like the model, but it'd be funny to have him walk around. Oh, the tall boy. Yes. I have a feeling he'll be in. I have a feeling. I want a legitimate one I would like, actually, is the Skitarii Marshal. That'd be a fun character. I'm not sure how the game's going to work, or if it's like you get like one hero, or if there's options. Can you upgrade your heroes? I don't actually know this. I know as far as characters are concerned, the Gorguts is coming back, Cyrus is coming back. I don't think the Necrons are a returning character. They look like they're a Chronomancer, I believe. And then the Admech, we've only seen one priest, who was 1v freeing a couple of Necrons, so I mean, you know, they're doing alright. They're doing alright. So, We got some stuff. I suspect the leggy boy will be in. Wouldn't shock me. The aircraft probably will be. I haven't seen aircraft actually, but I'm hoping for aircraft. It'd be kind of shame not to have aircraft, even if it's just like a single flyer, you know. But maybe they haven't. I mean, they have only shown us early access footage, so maybe there's other stuff that they haven't shown us yet. I mean, I'm kind of. I'll be honest, chat. I really want them to give each faction a super unit, right? Okay, hear me out. The Knight Dominus for the Admech. The... I forget the name of it, but that massive super heavy construct, the Necrons. The Astraeus super heavy tank, the Marines. And then... Well, I covered everyone. Oh, and the Orcs. Big old Orc Stomper. That'd be cool. That'd be cool if they did that. I don't know if they will, but that'd be cool. Just one. You don't have to be loyal, just one. Just the one. I'd be completely fine with that. Wouldn't be a problem to me at all. I mentioned the Astraeus because it's the hover tank, and they feel like they like the hover tanks at the minute, so... As much as part of me would like a Land Raider, which they might give us a Land Raider. I feel like that's wishful thinking at the minute, but you never know. The Land Raider is still a thing. It's still the only transport that takes Terminators, so, you know. Oh, excuse me. No sign of chaos, unfortunately. And Guard are kind of just there. I think they're going to just be NPCs that get meat grinded, I'm going to be honest. They have a Rogel Dawn heavy tank, though, so they got that going for them. That's about it. They ain't got much else. But they're not playable, so yeah. They'll probably be next. Hopefully they get an expansion. I mean, I'm hoping the game's good and they can do more, you know? Like, I want me some Guard. I want me some Chaos. It'll probably be Heretic Astartes. There probably won't be any specific ones, but I mean, as they start building up the rosters, maybe. It'd be kind of wild. I'd like to see some other Xenos though as well. I'd like to see Eldar, both Craft World and Dark Eldar. Quite nice. Tau, I think Tau would be good to have as well. Sisters of Battle, I think they'll definitely come around. I feel like if we see Knights, it'll be like a single unit in an army. But we might not get them. They might just not do them due to them. Not every faction's got a super heavy. Because they don't, to be honest. Like, I don't think Sisters have a super heavy. Not anymore. There's like an old unit. It's like a mobile fortress. But I don't think they'll give them that. So, but I think they could pull Sisters. They've got like a mostly finished up roster. Though a little extra here and there wouldn't hurt. Would not complain about that. Who else? I feel like we won't see Custodes. I'd like to be wrong. I think it'd be really cool to see the Adeptus Custodes actually in a game. Mostly because it'd be really funny to watch the standard unit of theirs smack the fuck out of most of people's heroes. But I feel like if they were included, they'd have to like... It'd have to be the Talons, right? If ever they could add maybe a special Knights and Sisters. I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I would not be against that in the slightest. If they wanted a big old, like, fancy, like a free blade or something. Make it a... I don't know. Knight Preceptor. Oh, maybe Knight Defender. That could be an interesting one. Well, I guess it's more technological, but the only one's the big flamethrowers, the Dominus class one. Though it has a harpoon, I wouldn't ever say no to a big harpoon. Big triple-barreled flamethrower harpoon. Also hope for skins, like adding just simple system that allows you to add like Traitor Sergeant placement. That would be amazing. Yes. Love that. We'll have built like Traitor Guard as just a skin. That'd be fun. Especially like in the style. Oh, I tell you, it'd be fun. A fun crossover. Give us Traitor Guard skins in the style the Mobian Sixth from Darktide. Can you imagine that? That would be beautiful. Love that. Or at least the guys from that Gun Kill team. Either of them would be great. Love that. Absolutely love that. And obviously the different regiments. I reckon we'll get some skin packs. We're getting an army painter, by the way. We're actually getting an army painter. For the first time in a long time, a Warhammer game lets us paint our guys. Holy shit. Holy shit. We can paint our boys. That's amazing. Also, I don't know if you've seen the trailer, right? But they have synced up animations. So, like, if your two guys start brawling it out fisticuff style, they'll actually, like, connect. There's a brief bit in the trailer where a Dreadnought is fighting a Tomb Spider, and it is jumping on his back and trying to, like, get around the side of him and stab him in his weak points. Or a Death Dread is, like, trying to pick up a Dreadnought mid-fight to suplex him or some shit. Like, that's awesome. Fucking love that shit. Absolutely love that shit. Some of the units look pretty big as well. Like, we have the Morkanaut and the Gorkanaut, I believe. At least one of them. Which, that's not a small unit. That's a pretty big-sized unit. If memory serves. Like, that's legitimately a very big unit. So... Also, the Beast Snagger boys are in, so we might get their big kill rig. There's a Beast Snagger. The Beast Snaggers are cool. I like the Beast Snaggers a lot. The orcs. So, I do like me some of that. I think, what else would we like to see? I mean, if they do Chaos, that could be interesting. I mean, I feel like, depending on how they want to do Chaos, I mean, obviously, a Greater Demon's like, or a Demon Prince is like a big super unit. I mean, if they pull off... I mean, each race has got its own mechanics, right? So, I mean, if they pull off something crazy, like an actual Mark of Chaos system, that'd be awesome. For each god, as well. They've got units for each god, so they could pull it off. That would be amazing. That would be very amazing, actually, if they pull that off. I mean, to be fair, some of the god-aligned forces are fleshed out enough. It could be their own faction. Death Guard potentially could be. But I don't know about, like, Khorne. I mean, I guess, to be fair, no. If they include the demons, they are actually a fleshed out force for each one. Which it looks like they are including the demons, so... That's a lot of wiggle room. You know? Obviously the Demon Prince, you do some politic changes, but otherwise, you know, each one can have one. So, I'd say we got options here. Also, if they pull a Dawn of War 1 and let me ascend one of my characters into the Demon Prince, even better. Even better. Love to talk about Dawn of War 1. Would be cool if they took some inspiration from... Don't know what Armageddon. I'm not sure it's called. Just like you mean Ultimate Apocalypse? I know it's based on the Armageddon mode, but yeah, Ultimate Apocalypse. And it's not regular gameplay, but maybe adding some sort of super heavy game mode where you square up some titans. I would love that. I don't know if they'll pull it off, but the scale. I will say the scale looks bigger than what we've seen before. So it's not whether. I mean, well, we'll not see Titans, obviously, I don't think, but I would love that. Titans, I think, are really fucking cool. I mean, call me simple if you will, but a big stampy robot with a gun the size of a fucking skyscraper going pew and making a valley is cool. Bite me. It's cool. I wish every faction had one so they could square up and do big, silly fucking battles. Hell, I wouldn't even mind if the Tau managed to figure out a way of getting into the Titan fight. Or the Dark Eldar had some fucking crazy shit locked away for the occasion that they don't like using. I don't know. I just think they're cool. Titans are cool. The God engines are just cool shit. The fact whenever you get to see like artwork of like Imperial Titans, like orcs Titans, like some of the crazy shit, some of the some of the fucking Titan legions can do. One of them can teleport their Titans in, like full on teleport, strike them in. It's as silly as it sounds. Like, can you imagine just standing there and a Titan materializes? Insanity. I love it. I absolutely love it. I mean, the orcs also do a bit of that. Never mind the little tractor beam, but they can lift smaller Titans up and throw them. It's as ridiculous as it sounds. It's genuine insanity, and I love it. And we need infinitely more of it, in my opinion. We need so much more of it. Just everywhere. Be great. I really hope one day we get like a Supreme Commander scale Warhammer game. Right. A full-on Supreme Commander scale Warhammer game. Would love that. Genuinely. Then we can have Titans. Then we can actually pull out the big boys. That'd be exactly. Some Titans squaring up. Gargants here. It's blast sons at each other. Have some stupid damage train system, or at least they'll be fuck up exactly. Right? Like, they made a thing is, they made a turn-based Titanicus game, but it was Horus Heresy. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe the Horus Heresy deserves a full-on game of its own, because, frankly, I think that'd be cool as shit. But we would really like some Xenos 2. Don't get me wrong, watching a pseudo-chaos Titan fighting another Titan is still badass, but, you know, let me fight alien Titans too. Let me have to try and figure out how to catch up with Eldar Titans who are using psychic bullshit and dancing around the place, literally jumping, or Orc Titans that are just walking mounds of gun and other bullshit. You know, maybe dealing with Tau Mantas being brought in, because yes, the Tau have to bring in small voyage craft that are orbital capable to actually fight Titans. It's the only thing they've got, really. They have like one mech, I forget what it's called, but they have one mech, right, that can kind of do it, but it's like, it needs to be a team, and it's a fucking mess. I mean, even if it's just the Titans, I'll be happy. We've just like, have a war happening around them as well, but it's just nothing to these war machines. If the battle's doing well, it's because you're slaughtering the other war machines. That'd be cool to me. If they want to have like knights and other super heavies fighting in your feet, sure. Or if I just actually... Oh yeah, fair enough. Oh, 30k AdMech. Yeah, the 30k AdMech are my favourite. I fucking love 30k AdMech. Just, the Mechanicum back in the day just had such cool toys. Better robots. The Phalanx, which is like, I love the Phalanx. They are monstrous, but I love them. Like their Space Marine equivalents, unironically. And I think they should be treated as such, really, because fuck me, they're tough. I'd argue they can probably beat the crap out of Space Marine if they got close, but I mean, if it rains, they can. They got big ass plasma cannons and shit. But God, yeah, the Warhammer Epic being Horus Heresy only, I get it, but like, okay, we have like, they have Space Marines, they have AdMech and Solar Auxilia. That's great and all. You know the reason why? It's because they've designed newer versions of the vehicles and shrunk them down. That's probably why they've done it. But I would much prefer it if we'd have had real epic. Give me massive armies of Imperium fighting massive armies of Orcs. Give me, like, scaled down versions of, like, Orc Gargants and other bullshit. Let me have those massive epic fights. You know? Obviously, I appreciate some factions might not get representation in that, right? Like, we might not see Dark Eldar, because the Dark Eldar would never engage in a fight like that. Because the minute Titans get pulled out, the Dark Eldar fold. They are cowards. And also very practical minded, to be honest. Even they know, don't fuck with the massive mech that blows up half a fucking planet. So, you know, I would like probably something a little more the Mozios. You know, give me Eldar Titans, give me Orc Titans, give me hell Tyranids, fucking Tyranid Bio Titans, bigger ones than the Hierophant. There's got to be bigger stuff than that thing. Like, I want to see the biggest shit the Tyranids can pull out. The real big world-eating monsters that munch on things. Because we know they have them. Come on. They have them. The Hierophant's not the last thing. That's the first thing. If the Hierophant don't work, I'm sure they've got bigger, badder things. There's one faction that's got big, bad, horrible monsters. It's the fucking Nids. Damn right it's the Nids. Chaos, obviously Chaos stuff. Oh man, the Chaos stuff. I'm imagining it like a legion of just Chaos corrupted Titans. Massive greater demons. Oh, they could, if they really wanted to, they could even dabble into the idea of like the even bigger, more powerful demons that we don't get to see. If they want to go kind of wild with it. I mean, if they want to go kind of crazy, bring back the Psi Titans, man. Give me them things. Make them Grey Knight owned if you really want. I don't mind. Honestly, that'd be cool as shit. I mean, it doesn't have to be a mini game either. It could be fucking, make it a video game if you want. Make it a full-on fucking video game. That'd be fucking cool. The only thing I guess would be balancing, because as I say, it'd be very asymmetric balancing. Because obviously, as I say, not all factions have got access to super fucking massive heavies like Titans. I mean, the Imperium would all share Titans because that is their super heavy force. That's one thing, they all share them. Obviously, the AdMech have the most access to them, but everyone, you know, technically they can be involved in anyone's fight in the Imperium. But like, do the Leagues of Votan have them? I mean, they could. Theoretically, they've got access to Golden Age technology, right? The pre-Imperium tech. So maybe. Maybe they do. You know? There's a very real chance that they have access to that stuff. So it's not impossible. Though, again, I don't know if they have the beams to produce such war engines, you know? Because a lot of stuff about that. So yeah, Votan, I feel like might be a no, but we can hope. We can hope. Maybe one day we'll see that they have Titans. We need to know. Do they have big stampy robots? Maybe they have like squat robots, you know, like half the size but just as much punch, you know. Maybe they build their Titans wide. Or they have the big land train, maybe. A big old land fortress. We did see some artwork of like a big old ship dropping stuff off. So maybe they've got a big fucking fortress. Maybe. Obviously the Tau have big aircraft they pull in. I mean, Dark Eldar, maybe they do something similar. Maybe they, you know... It makes me wonder, because Karmarov's huge, right? Karmarov is genuinely huge. They have a star power in the entire thing. So, we don't know what their industries are like. Hypothetically, if they really wanted to, they could probably produce something Titan-sized. They don't have population issues, they just VAT grow a bunch of people. Like, only the nobles are born. The rest are just VAT grown. So, I mean... as far as labor force, they've got plenty. They've got plenty to go around. Hell, the Eldar, the Craftworld Eldar still have Titans, so don't forget. They really do. They, as I said before, they can jump. Hell, some of them are piloted by Warlocks, which I believe specifically when I say piloted, I mean like a Wraith Guard piloted. Like, it's a dead man in that thing. But he's such a strong psychic link in that machine, he can just function. It's as horrifying as it sounds. I don't think anyone else who I haven't mentioned. Obviously, Nids. Bigger monsters, G-Dubs. Come on. Big Nid monster. There has got to be a Tyranid monster that can look a Warlord in the face. Easily. There has to be. I do not believe for a second that the army of screaming monstrous mouths doesn't have one with a mouth big enough to eat a Titan. I suppose the different Imperial factions wouldn't have them, nor would the different, like, you know, that's different than the main Titans. Same with, like, the different Chaos factions. I guess marked Titans would be interesting. I mean, there was that one named Titan. I forget its name, it was Sentient. That thing declared itself a Nurgle, and had a cannon that shot literal demons from its gun, so... oh, that thing's gone. Well, that thing was blown to fucking Kingdom Come. I believe its STC is purged or locked down. Is it Castigor? Something like that? It was something like that. Point is, sentient war machine bleeds itself the fire of all Titans, and was bigger and badder than the Emperor class, which is insane. You know how big them things are? Insanity. But, you know, it is how it is. We may never get to see anything truly that glorious. Hopefully I'm wrong. Maybe modders will help us out. I mean, they already have a bit with Ultimate Apocalypse, but maybe we'll get a game that's engine can withstand that kind of shit. Or an actual purpose-built Warhammer game for it. I can hope and dream. I can hope and dream. I mean, hey, we got Dawn of War 4. We're getting Dawn of War 4. And it's looking pretty good. I mean, Mechanicus was a pleasant surprise, and the sequel's coming, so, again, we're doing well. We're doing very well. I know it sounds like I'm being greedy of what I'm asking for here, but all I'm saying is the possibilities. Oh, possibilities are delectable. And we need more. We need so many more. I'm wondering, actually, because obviously there's rumors of a Warhammer 40,000 Total War. I'll be honest, if that's happening, I don't think it's happening for a while. I feel like it would clash with Dawn of War 4. Because as much as they appeal in different ways, I feel like they would draw very similar audiences. You know, I feel like the people who want to play Warhammer Total War are the same people who want to play Dawn of War. I feel like Games Workshop might not want the clash, so people don't feel like they have to choose. I could be wrong. They might just fucking pull it out of the bag and go, hey, surprise, motherfucker, here it is. If they do that. That's crazy. I'd be absolutely insane. But I would not personally expect it. I don't know about you, Sims. It wouldn't be my port of call anyway. I'm welcome to be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm fine with that, by the way. I am more than happy to be wrong on that point. Knowing my luck, they've announced it right as I'm saying this shit. I didn't know Mechanic had some gameplay footage out there, so, you know. Shows how much I know. Honestly, I'm terrible these days for keeping up with game news in general. I used to be really hot on the ball, but then, to be fair, we had E3, which was great for this kind of thing, because we could go, oh, E3. I think a Total War 40k would work with Total War Formula, at least not Modern 40k, maybe Horus Heresy, Rank Spell. See, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Because I'm going to be honest, I feel very similar. I have always, whenever I hear people say, oh, Total War 40k, guys, I'm like, why? That doesn't work. Like, I've always said, the furthest in, if you use historical for a moment, right? Let's be real. World War One. That's as far as the Total War formula could be pushed. World War One. That's it. World War One. That's as far as it'll go. I really don't think we're gonna see anything more advanced as far as military speaking than that. And the reason being, as you've just mentioned, rank and file. Now again, some factions maybe, but most factions probably not. But also, yeah, Horus Heresy, probably. Even then, it might not work. It'd be easier because you only have to balance the same type of units against each other with some Legion-specific ones. So, they could probably go quite far with it. But again, the other thing as well, flyers. Flyers would have to work differently because we're on about vehicles that can go at supersonic speed, not dragons that flap around the place. And they would never land. Now, they have mechanics for never landing, but you know, the flyers would move way quicker. You'd need units that are dedicated to taking out flyers. You'd need... It'd just be... Oh, I don't know. It would just... Because even with the rank and file, right? It'd still be, like, taking cover and stuff, and thing with, like, blast weapons, all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, obviously, blast weapons... Actually, blast weapons, they've got artillery in the game already. So Horus Heresy might be the closest. Well, I'd be curious how they handle, like, the Mechanicum and the Auxilia. Maybe they do the demons and the militia? I think something that would be cool, something like a tactical shooter, where you play as Abites and... Oh, yes. Yes, I would love that. I would love that. That would actually be really cool. There's a lot of potential. Even if they didn't go full on Arbites and instead had Enforcers, I'd again be fine with that. Because either way, you've got a lot of options. And hell, as far as loadouts, and even like if they wanted to go with any kind of class-based shit, they could have that. You know, you want to have your funny space wizard? They've both got that. There are psycho police. They are a thing. They wanted to pull that kind of shit. Even if they wanted to ignore that, the amount of weapons and armors they've got, oh, plenty. Plenty. Hell, you know, if you want to go in with, like, cyber mastiffs and stuff as well, that'd be cool as shit. Honestly, either of that'd be cool. I'd love that. I would genuinely love that. And the kinds of gangers you can end up against as well could be interesting. Because it's not just people. Especially if it's like... I mean, if they really wanted to go... I'll tell you what they could do with that, right? That idea. Put it as, like, enforcers on fucking Necromunda. Could you imagine that for a second? You're a Palatine enforcer dealing with gangers and Necromunda in, like, a Rainbow Six or Ready or Not style game. Holy fuck. That'd be awesome. You know, there may be some differences, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, a Goliath pulling up on you would be a whole different animal to, like, just the average ganger. Or if they unleash some kind of nasty pet or some, like, Escher, like, one of those, like, immortal, drugged up soldiers they've got. Oh, that'd be cool though. I'd like that. Oh, excuse me. Ugh. I like that. That'd be good. We could do. Thing is, right? I think 40. Like, Warhammer in general, right? And I apologize. I've been ranting on Warhammer all day, but trying to get some high-ranking hostages from the Underhive whilst some fucking ganger tries to beat you. Exactly, right? That'd be fun as shit. That'd be extremely fun. Hell, if you wanted to mix up the formula a little bit, have an entire sequence where you're trying to bring the hostages out and get them into a vehicle and get them away, and you're being chased down by gangers on their vehicles. You know, dealing with that shit. You know, having them assault your safe house, having to like play reverse where you're having to protect the hostages. You know, there could be some fun shit with that. Or trying to break into a gene stealer hive, like, you know, having to like deal with the cultists and then check your corners because, oh shit, there's a pure strain around the corner. You know, you gotta flush it out and fucking blow the thing to bits. You know, glass cannon basically. There's so many things you could do with that. Or having to sneak past, like, you know, having to do a bit of stealth because the gangers have let off in the fucking, I forget the name of it now, but it's like those robot ambles they've got. Oh, yeah, Payday. Payday, but, like, you get to use different, like, you can have gangers from, like, different gang stuff. Oh, that'd be good. There'd be some good shit there. Or just hired out people, and you can have stuff from different gangers. Oh, that could be some interesting stuff. Especially with the customization of Payday with that. There's so many, like, just look at, like, Necromunda for 5 minutes. There's so many weapon options. Insanity. Your heavy could be, like, a Goliath with just some big-ass fucking guns. Hell, when the Enforcers start, like, assaulting you, right? You know, you eat normal Enforcers, sure. Then the bigger boys start coming out, and then the weird stuff, like the fucking Enforcer Psychers and shit start coming out. The Cyber Mastiffs. Hell, maybe they start paying off mercenaries. You know, the longer it takes, the more mercs start turning up. So there's some nasty mercenaries. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd love that. Honestly, I've played like a bit of Payday 2's beta when it was a thing ages ago. Loved that shit. Loved it. Never did. Oh, excuse me. Never did play the full game. I don't know why. I never did play it. I should have. Because it just looks good. Payday 3, Payday 2, though, not good. Very good. I would play it. No, I'd like that. 100%. Legit, Warhammer can be more than just a strategy game. I think it's perfectly acceptable to dig into like other stuff. Like, I mean, you got Owlcat making RPGs. Great, love that. But we can do other things, right? We've got Space Marine 2 and eventually Space Marine 3. They've announced. We've got like a boomer shooter, sure, got a bit of that. But we can have all sorts of options. I think we just need to experiment a little bit, try stuff out. I think there's a lot of leg room. I will say one thing: if they ever want it to do anywhere near as well as 40k, they need Age of Sigmar to have a good game. Because currently, I can't think of a single video game worth mentioning about Age of Sigmar. There's that one they tried that was a RTS, a Relic style RTS, and it flopped. But they tried. But I really, really think that could have had some legs if it was done properly. I'm kind of concerned that people probably think it's like cursed or something now. It's like, no, you could do Age of Sigmar justice. The lore needs expanding, and the game needs to be very focused on one area. Yeah? I think someone's made a... Well, I know someone's made a very, Sus game. 40k. Oh, 100%, right? Hell, there's an Age of Sigmar tabletop RPG, Soulbound. The Chaos expansion for that, by the way, is actually going to be its own game now. It's that different. They made its own game. Just its own thing. But you got that stuff. That could be a tabletop. That could be an RPG, easily. Like stuff Alcat makes. You could easily do a Skyrim style kind of like fucking open world game set in like part of Age of Sigmar. Hell, if you really wanted to, right? Legitimately, you could make a Souls-like. No, seriously. Hear me out on this one. The Stormcast Eternals canonically die and come back. You could make a Souls-like in canon using one of them. And they got options. They can be magical, they can be priests, they can do shit. The other option is, you know, Middle-earth Shadow of War, right? Where dying progresses the game. They could do that. That could be a whole thing. I mean, I don't know what the status is on the bloody Nemesis system, but could you imagine if they could acquire the Nemesis system and apply it to like Chaos Lords and like Orc Warlords and maybe like Undead? Imagine that shit. Huh? Fucking awesome. And it's like, yeah, the Stormcast can die. You can hand wave the lore a little bit and come back sooner. And, you know, have bits later on in the game where they start, like, cracking a little bit. Because obviously, you know, if somebody dies, the whole thing. Listen, WB should just seriously give up that fucking system. What are they doing with that system? I don't think Warner Brothers know what to do with a fucking sponge in a bathtub. Right? They wouldn't know what to do with a rubber ducky if it smacked them in the mouth. What the hell are they doing with the Nemesis system? The greatest thing I've seen in a game in a long time. Like, there is a reason that the Middle-earth games are replayable as all hell. I've replayed them. Love them. Like, fucking amazing. Wait, what? The Nemesis system was such a good idea. I get why they patented it, but I really hope the patent wears out soon, because holy, that is an innovation that I think video games in general could do with. Can you imagine how many games would be infinitely better with that system? It'd be amazing. And you know fine well other studios have reverse engineered it and sat on it because they can't legally use it yet. I do believe a patent eventually runs out or something happens. I could be mistaken though. Or maybe they could pay them or something, you know. Although, to be honest with you, the way Warner Brothers is going, they might just collapse anyway. Can you name a good game they've made recently? I can't. I can name you many things they've lost money on. Suicide Squad. So... you know, one day we might be able to get that in other games. Well, even without the Nemesis system, you could pull some shit. You could have the game, like, carry on. And there's stuff you could do, man. I mean, Warhammer Fantasy. Old World, if you want to do specifically Old World. Although I would like full-on Fantasy, because it lets us have more length of breath. Just, oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be really cool, honestly. You just, like, every time you die, you get shipped back to the Pain Boy. And it's like, whatever teeth you've earned, you can spend on fucking upgrading yourself. Or just give up a load of teeth to heal up. It's like, you know. That'd be good. I mean, to be fair, an orc can survive some bullshit. I mean, let's not forget, Gazgul had his fucking head taken off. He did, and his entire head removed. And he got stitched onto another orc's body. That's the body he's got now. the same Pain Boy that did that for him, by the way. I remember specifically, I forget the name of the Pain Boy, but he was a shit Pain Boy, basically. Everyone knew he was a terrible doctor. But he messed with Gaz's mind, right? And he turned this thick as shit orc into the great green prophet that he is now. And said orc went on to conquer the entire planet, found the Pain Boy, and went, "You're my Pain Boy now. We're going to space, fucker." And did just that. Yeah, Gazgul was literally one doctor poking in the brain and accidentally made a warlord. So, 100%. I mean, I don't know, man, there's something cool about like a really fucking juiced up the nines orc. Don't get me wrong, I love the beast snaggers with their like prosthetics and just brutal appearance, but there's also something really nice about just like the classic orc in mega armor, like covered in weapons. Fucking whatever the hell power in that massive suit of power armor he's in. Claw big enough to split a fucking tank in half. Oh, it's good. It's good shit. Honestly, there's a reason I have considered an orc army many times. They just look like fun. What can I say? They look fun. They do. And you know what? The green of their skin, not very difficult to paint. I have a wash. There, what's the word? What's the word? It's paint. Contrast, that's it. Contrast paint. I have some contrast paint. I think it's specifically like called like Plague Bearer or some shit. It works great for orcs. Works great for orcs. Orcs and gobbos works great for them. Paint that shit on. Perfection. Perfection. Do a bit of washing, do a bit of highlighting. God, the orc's great. I mean, I think that one game with an orc that we've had now proves they can be great. They just get up to some utter bullshit, right? They do. They get up to bullshit, right? There's so many options for them. I think the one thing that's kind of put people like off making more is that just what to do, because you have so many avenues. I mean, if I had something where I could personally upgrade the orc into different things, right? Yeah, I'd love that. Let me turn him into this fucking walking fucking fortress, great. Or just a really powerful weird boy. That'd be interesting. It could be a big squig to ride. Big squig, big fucking axe with a chainsaw on it. The grenade launcher built into the squig or some shit, I don't fucking know. Strap a fucking warp engine on that fucker for good measure, and there we go. Orky as fuck, let's go. God, the fucking... The dragster, it's fucking... What's that one? Oh, is it Speed Freaks? Yeah, Speed Freaks. I remember using the dragster in that game. It's a lot of fun. Just whenever I feel like it, just, oh, go into the warp. Love that shit. It's just flat up going into the warp as well. It's not even like, there's no, it's just nonchalant. Absolutely nonchalant. Love me some good orcs. I'm trying to think of... Have we ever had a game from an Eldar's perspective? That could be interesting. That could be interesting, actually. Game from an Eldar perspective could be very interesting, actually. That's an unexplored territory right there. Actually, I'll tell you one thing we've never done either. Chaos. How many games have we had from a Chaos perspective? Like, actually, like, you know, a Chaos Space Marine or Warriors of Chaos, you know, just, like, I don't mean like high level like in Total War, I mean like, you know, playing as one. I don't think we've done that much. That could be interesting. We could do some shit with that. We could legit do some shit with that. Especially, you know, take like a Chaos Warrior, like Chaos Warrior, or a certain Chaos Space Marine group that'd be very like characterful, like the Red Corsairs, maybe the Night Lords. Honestly, a Night Lord could be fun, right? Horrifying, but you have a lot of some good writing out there for Night Lords. The Night Lords Omnibus, for example, I hear is swarmed by, and honestly, from what bits I've heard about it, I see why. And it's just like, oh, there's so much good writing you do with them. I mean, even Black Legion, when I keep it the base guys, some of them guys are from the Heresy era. There's some OG Sons of Horus among them. Can you imagine, for a second, the kind of fucking shit you can do with that? Or even just a dude, a human being, and that kind of stuff, you know, fall into chaos. There's stuff you can do with them. Easy. I wouldn't be surprised if Alcat did Black Crusade after Dark Heresy. That could be interesting. That could be very interesting, actually. Sorry, I really keep yawning so much. Jesus, I am tired. I am so tired. Fuck. But no, we have options. We really do have options, chat. I'll snooze the ads for a bit longer. I'll spare you the ads, Jess. Spare you from them. No, there are so many options. I mean, fuck, we had Fire Warrior for Tau, right? But come on, we can do better, right? Are you telling me we don't want Armored Core with Tau? Like, can you imagine being able to play in the fucking warsuit? Fucking Tau warsuit? Be awesome as shit. I mean, fuck. I mean, if you want one of the best written Xenos factions in the game, the Necrons. Can you imagine, chat? Just for a moment. Like, holy fuck. There's some good writing with them. Let them go off the walls as well. Like, I don't even mind what kind of game that'd be. Just go off the walls of it. Like, you'd end up playing like a noble of some kind anyway, because you need someone with personality. You can't play a warrior, there's no personality in them. Yeah, we need a big noble. It has to be like the Pharaon, but someone high up. Because just never mind. Or Cryptek. Or Cryptek would be good, actually. Just dealing with people with absolute fucking bullshit. The kind of fucking tech. The sort of Necron tech you can pull out. Would actually be kind of nutty. I mean, so the orc stuff there, but it's good Necron shit you can pull out. And again, if they want to try something that's close to human, but new, and Xenos technically, well, they're not actually Xenos, but they're called it sometimes. Like League of Votan, they have a lot of interesting stuff. Also just dwarves, well, space dwarves. Although I feel like there's a risk that they get called a Deep Rock Galactic clone of them. If they're not careful. But I mean, depending on how they did it. I mean, if they wanted to get away from the Deep Rock Galactic clone stuff, have them raid a Necron tomb. Have them like fight things that aren't Tyranids, although Tyranids are 100% something they fight. 100%. They hate the Tyranids. Though they're also really cautious about. Considering the entire league died to the Nids. There's options then. Have some pioneers going out there. Satisfactorily. I mean, maybe. Maybe, actually. That could be... No, that could be... That could work. Yeah, Leagues of Votan. Fucking Leagues of Votan with that. Yeah, no, I could see that. See, we've already thought of so many that aren't strategy games. Now, don't get me wrong. You know me, chat. I love a strategy game. But the point is, we have so many options, don't we? No one will do them. For some reason. So why not? Just do it. Do it, damn you. Try it. You'll be surprised. Hell, the fucking DLC for Power Washing Simulator where you play as a tech priest cleaning 40k stuff sold really well, if memory serves. So why the fuck not? You can use the power hose, you can make the factory grow. You know? Let me build my crazy factory, goddammit. Hell, if it's Leagues of Votan, let me have some old fucking dwarven boomer keep telling me back in my day we made straight lines while I'm making some squiggly fucking mess. That I just feed and it produces things. All to feed the brain of the Votan. To keep it sentient. Oh, we could have a Thane that's become sentient. That's a whole thing. They're like the machines that talk to their advanced, intelligent machines. But, you know, they become sentient themselves now. There's a whole league all about that, actually, I think. There's also a league that's entire purpose is to try and keep enrich their Votan. The orange guys, I believe. That's why they got so many pioneers. It's when they eventually die, their brains are scanned into the Votan, so it can see their lives and be enriched. As it turns out, being a millennia-old super intelligent AI, eventually you go fucking senile and break down. This ancient core is just blaring at how suboptimal your cable management is while sound. I'm drunk. Yep. Genuinely, yes. That's what we need. Every 5 minutes, just management just coming on, just like, what the fuck you doing, kin? What is that management? Oh, what is that cable management? Did you even zip tie that shit? Back in my day, we thrice zip tied that thing with industrial grade zip ties. You youngins wouldn't understand. There's some bullshit there. You know, talking about this has made me really want to play Deep Rock Galactic. God fucking damn it. Deep Rock's great. I need to play it. I barely played it recently. Oh god, it's so good. Then again, I did see, and this isn't a Warhammer thing admittedly, but Helldivers getting an ODST warband. Oh fuck the hell yes. Give it to me now. Give it to me now, Arrowhead. Gib. Do you know the funny thing? Fucking, there was a rumor, I don't know if it's true, but apparently Halo Studios was considering making a Helldivers style game with ODSTs. They said no. Roblox is done. Say what? Oh, hello, Marie. Welcome on in. Roblox is done for sleep. Has law by Mike as a lawyer. I'm going to nod and pretend to know what you mean by that. Apologies, I'm not quite following that. I'm going to. I admit I have not kept up on what's going on with Roblox. I'll be perfectly honest with you. Except they're suing someone again. I think they're really keen to sue people, not keen to fix their problems for some reason. But you know, it is what it is. But now go. Satisfactory with Space Dwarf would be kind of fun, actually. Your little, oh shit! They got little Ironkin drones floating around. Ah, that'd be cool. Make little hover trains and stuff. Okay, that I like that idea actually. If I was any good at programming, I'd make it. I'm not. But hopefully someone, somewhere, sees that suggestion, thinks, wow, I like that idea. Hopefully they do. There's a small chance, but hey. It's a big world, but it's also a small world sometimes. So, you know, someone might see Harpy's ideas we've been spattering for the last hour. There's always a chance, tiny grey people. Always a chance. We can pray. I mean, hey, craziest stuff has happened recently. In many ways, anyway. But Marie, how are you doing? How are you feeling? Are you feeling better? I know you were feeling a bit rough the other day. How are you doing? At least, I feel like it was last week you mentioned you weren't feeling too hot. Might have been the week before. Apologies. Time is funny for me at the minute. My long-term memory might be intersecting with my short-term memory, which is great. Well, I've not got memory issues, it's just I'm trying to remember when something was said. Long bit ago now, I think. It might have been a while ago, actually. Oh god, it might have been a while ago. My brain is cooked. Evidently, I have thoroughly sizzled my lobes. And they doubled down and said he has... Huh? And the other one said he was a vigilante and a... Oh! Oh, right, yeah. Yes, I feel like I vaguely know what you were mentioning about. I don't know the full details, but this is about the guy being sued by them, isn't it? Because they were complaining about, as you just said that, him being like a vigilante. Which is like, okay, Roblox, counterpoint, big counterpoint, maybe fix your shit. Like, there's so many videos on their how really bad their site is for all kinds of stuff. I'll be honest, I'm amazed they haven't been, like, shut down in certain countries, honestly. They probably have in some countries, but, like, with all the stuff happening over here, silly little laws that don't actually help children in the slightest, you know, makes me kind of wonder a bit, like, well, how... Yeah. There's a lot of them on Roblox for some reason. Well, we know why, fortunately. Yeah. Like, Roblox really should do more for that stuff. Like, they know their audience, right? Like, come on. Roblox, you know your audience. I mean, sleep catchers there, Roblox banned him. Well, yeah. Like, bruh. Like, if he's doing it the right way, too, and almost, yeah, exactly, it's like, bruh, what? Like, okay. Here's the thing. I would get it if he was doing it in a legal way, right? But, I mean, if he's doing it the right way, and he's like, okay, I can fully prove this guy is like this, doing this on the platform, I don't see what the issue is. Like, did Roblox at least ban the person who was caught? Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. They're gonna have a really hard time as countries start seeing it and going, well, there's clearly a problem on this site, and any country that actually wants to sued them, right? Honestly, rightfully so. If a site, well, here's the thing, that site actually has a problem because that is actually a site filled with kids. It's like, exactly right. Like, you know, if a site is actually tailored to children, which Roblox is, the platform tailored to children, they should have strict measures on those sites. I agree with that sort of thing. Because little Timmy, right, this thing, I don't think the internet should be censored for little Timmy, but I do think if little Timmy goes on a part of the internet that's specifically meant for him, and specifically meant to be a place safe for little Timmy to do their thing, then that part of the internet should be safe. Because it's been specifically stated it is safe for them. Like, the rest of the internet's not safe. Let's be frank. But yeah, absolutely, as it should be, because they aren't doing their job. Any platform that is a child-centric platform should completely make sure that it is safe. Right, I feel that's reasonable. I don't think I'm being unreasonable in saying this, am I? You know, I feel like I'm being pretty damn reasonable. But, you know. Now I'm talking too much common sense. Can't have that. That would be far too convenient. But hey, you know, some companies just don't. I mean, I'll say some. Roblox is probably the worst one. Like, most of the companies, most of them, will actually, you know, do the right thing. Yeah, rightfully so. I don't think it's... I think it is the right thing to do, even if you're a creator who's mainly doing that kind of content, right? I think it's the complete right thing to do, to turn around to your fans and go, I'm not playing this game anymore, and you shouldn't either. And find something else that's better for them and better for the fans. I think that is the right thing to do. And they should be commended for that. Because here's the thing, it is hurting the creator's bottom line to do that as well. They have chosen a moral high ground, and rightfully so to stand on it, at the cost of money. And that's fine. I think that's completely fine. Because, again, they have chosen their fans over the money. You want to revive Genghis Khan? This is a very random tangent to go on straight after talking about Roblox. Why in specific do you want to revive Genghis Khan, out of curiosity? Any particular reason? I mean, I'm sure he was a cool dude. He killed a lot of people. Fucked a lot of people too, actually. But, you know. I forget now, was it Genghis or someone else, or different Khan? I forget which one, but one of the Khans attacked Russia in ancient times during winter and actually won. They burnt down Moscow. I think very specifically, they waited for the rivers to freeze over so they could run the horses over. As it turns out, horse archers really can beat anything if you do them right. Meaning Total War is very inaccurate because horse archers in Total War do nothing. Looking Genghis and the boys over there burning down cities. But why Genghis? Is there a particular reason why Genghis over a different Khan, or just for the hell of it, you know? Certainly a unique choice. I mean, currently they're reviving animals from the past, you know, but maybe one day they can revive people. One of those... Oh, no, I've read something else already in the chat, fuck. My eyes just seeing Twitch move, so I'm like, oh shit, new thing. No, it's just Twitch being weird. God, I swear, my literal lobes are just incinerating by the second. Ugh. You know, I feel like I've almost got over the cold. Still ravaging me a bit. I just want to know his motives, you know, just that. I see. I see. I mean, I feel like fuck it, we ball was the main thing. I feel like he was a good person. I'm trying to think now back on ancient history a little bit. I mean, he definitely wasn't written like a good person, but then that was normally from the accounts of people he beat in battle. I think. Totally just that. Mm-hmm. Is there any other motivations? Are we going to crack into any other motivations you have? Sus. He only killed like 15 or more million people, I think. Only 15 million. Well, it's a lot of people, man. So that's more people than you can imagine. Like, you realize if numbers like that, he's competing with certain people from World War II. You know what I mean? I think he may have done more than one. Like, you know, he's competing with some very, very bad people on that mass list, you know? I mean, I hear he added to the population quite a bit. Interesting plan. Certainly a it's certainly a play. I mean, they got pretty far, don't get me wrong. Actually, the Khan was a pretty chill person if you ignore the murder and rape. Ah, yeah, but apparently he did implement freedom of religion and was a very big gender equality. I see. He was pretty chill if you ignored some of the really bad shit he did. Freedom of religion's rare. That I will say. Back then. Freedom of religion? That's nutty. Back then? Yeah, that's not common. That's ahead of his time on that one. Maybe gender equality back then as well? Again, pretty big. Pretty big. I seem to remember they invented fireworks and glasses as well. If I'm remembering my horrible histories correctly. I believe it. I believe he definitely did that. Honestly, if anyone could... I mean, let's be honest. Every Khan after Genghis was trying to live up to Genghis. The only Khan I can think of that maybe pulled it off is Kublai Khan. That's probably because I just know of him. But I guess the fact that I know of him now, this far after his death, is a testament to how far he came. But I feel like most of them really did try and be Genghis. I think they tried to invade Japan during the Age of Samurai, and obviously in real life it failed because of the storm, but I always liked Ghost of Tsushima, where it was an alternate reality where they succeeded. I like the Khan from that. That guy was a fun film, but sadly, well, probably not sadly for the Japanese, to be fair, but sadly for the Mongolian army, the sea was a very powerful enemy that even their mighty horse riders couldn't match. But the Germans never... Well, I don't think they... I mean, they had it. I'm trying to think if they officially had an empire, because I know they were very against having one back in, like the early 20th, like late 1800s to 20th century, if memory serves. What do you mean in different countries' empires? Like Germany, I think they had some occupation in Africa, begrudgingly. I remember very specifically reading somewhere that they didn't want an empire because it cost an arm and a leg. I believe they had an empire, but the states were very independent. I get you. Yeah, I was going to say, Germany, I mean, obviously, there's at one point where they tried to have one, but as far as when they actually had lands outside of Germany, I seem to remember they didn't quite do what we did or the French did. They went their own kind of way with it. Because Britain and France, you know, both of us made empires. Netherlands had some colonial empire as well. The Spanish had quite a bit. The Portuguese had a weirdly large empire for how big they are, by the way. Can I just say? The Portuguese got far. Fuckers got to Japan before the rest of us fucking finished it. Although, to be fair, by the time we got to Japan, we just said, we have an ironclad, we're coming. And we came. The Americans did the same. They can't say anything. We both just kept introducing guns to them. Like, way more guns than they already had. They already had guns. The Portuguese did. Made sure of that. We tried to import two things to them. Christianity and guns. Only one of them survived. They really didn't like Christianity, but they loved the guns. Not a lot of lack of trying, but they really fucking... Ooh. Also, the Skull Pyramid... I mean, the Skull Pyramid's a classic. The Blood God be pleased. Mongolia had better ships because the ceremony fought on land. Ceremony had big ships. Mongolia had better ships. Yes. Like I say, the storms are what fucked over the Mongolians trying to get to Japan. Ancient Japanese medieval, also like sort of Edo period kind of ships were kind of Yeah, Germany's like early history always interested me. I never realized until very recently that how Germany formed. Because you guys have a really interesting way of forming. Because that land's been many things before it was Germany, and it kind of united, as you say. You just got some scraps in Africa and Asia. The scramble for Africa, yeah, exactly. When they were invited to most European empires to slice up. Yeah, everyone was trying to have a peace. Yeah, it's I think the thing people don't realize is it's like we kind of look back at it now and go, ooh, that wasn't a good thing. Back then, that wasn't even thought about because it was just the done thing, right? You saw land, they couldn't fight back, you took it. Because that was just what was done back then. And, like, I think, you know, and obviously nowadays, those same places are now, hopefully, more free. But we'll always forget that it was just like, it was just a thing, you know? And if the tables were turned, it would have been the same way around. Like, let's not kid ourselves here. I mean, Britain had been invaded many times by many different conquerors before we became the conquerors. Same with France. The land that's now Germany has been in many hands. At one point it was the Holy Roman Empire, I believe. It's been a lot of things. And then obviously, as you say, late 1871 became Germany. And a lot of effort was put into keeping it that way. I don't want to... Was it Otto von Bismarck who did a lot of that? I could be mistaken. Apologies my ignorance there. I could be mistaken. I know there's some great efforts taken to unify the country. And then I want to say... Post-World War I, there were many great efforts to try and keep peace in Europe. I'd imagine probably pre. I think pre was there's a lot of effort. Like, the thing that's interesting is peace is hard, and a lot of effort is taken to keep. Like, you have to really commend people who can keep the peace, right? It is not easy. I mean, we're currently in a bit of a lull for that now at the minute where there's war going on, but you know, peace is not easy to keep. I'd like to do anything about the Roman Empire, but stronger than any empires. So bigger than the British Empire, then. Bearing in mind the British Empire went end to end of the world. Yeah, that'd be oh, we had like a third. So that'd be bigger than a third the world. That'd be a big empire, an expensive empire. Yeah, it was Bismarck that French and rallied the German spirit behind him. Ah, okay. Yeah, I remember there was like a bit of a Herculean effort to make the whole thing happen. I mean, it worked. Damn well worked. Stood the test of time, so. But I always find it interesting, like, post-World Wars, like, the amount of effort to try and avoid a third one, rather. Like, holy. Not that we weren't close a few times. I mean, I say that like we aren't now a bit, which is a bit scary when I think about it. I don't... touch wood. I don't think we're gonna get one, but I really hope. I feel like these days, the one good thing is it costs way too much to be in a war. Like, way too much. I don't mean like money, I mean like just what it costs outside of the money, right? Because let's be honest, I think people have seen the shit we've got nowadays, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Like, there's a reason no one's actually getting involved in, like, what's going on at the minute everywhere. It's just like, yeah, if people start throwing around their weight, it's just, oh, that's gonna be bad. Like, back in the World War era, that shit was prime time. Obviously, the second one was a bit more begrudging because, oh, let's be honest, first one showed everyone what the new theatre looked like. And it weren't fucking pretty. I will say as one thing, when talking about the first one, there were no good and bad guys in that. There were just people in the middle of it getting thrown around. Nero, Claudius Caesar, Augustus, Germanicus. I wonder about that man. I see. Just hope you know that the Nero Claudius that you're thinking of isn't the one from Fate. Hope you're not thinking of that one. Yeah, no, I think that's always like an interesting thing to look back at that time period. It's one of those kind of like, it's a dark period, but I think it's also important to remember it because it at least it's a good, like, it's a lesson, right? For everyone involved, I think it's a lesson. That period of time. Why we do so much not to get into wars again. Because it's just, back then they were catastrophic. Mid tortures. Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't read the second thing you sent. Yeah, that was him. Yeah. No, I remember the Roman candles, I believe. Fireworks named after. Yeah. Yeah. Whereas Genghis, as terrible as he was, allowed religious freedom, the Romans did not. They did not. Though they did adopt Christianity. That's where Catholicism comes from. But it's a weird one. It's a weird one with that stuff. I can't remember. Excuse me. I can't remember if that's like during the Roman Empire or after the fall. I think it might have been pre-fall. Although people always forget there's a whole Eastern Roman Empire just kind of existed for a while. Just a whole ass Eastern Roman Empire. It's just there. Casually. The entire time. I don't know where we got into this history rant. It's an interesting angle we've jumped into. I appreciate you guys keeping with me as I drastically change topic. I swear, when people come to one of my Just Chatting streams, they really don't know what they're going to get, do they? One day I'm ranting about minis, the next day I'm talking about ancient history. I never let you guess my next move, chat. I can never let you guess my next move. I forget which Caesar that one is, but there are many Caesars, and they each have done something. They've each done something, and my god, some of it's dubious. I mean, it doesn't quite hold a, pardon the pun here, hold a candle to Caligula. But then again, who the fuck could hold a candle to Caligula? Caligula was a unique creature. Any man who wants to, how shall we say, did some Alabama with his sister, and got it out. Had a little war with the sea. Yes, he had a war with the sea. Heard me. Demanded the sea's head on a platter. He made his horse a counselor, I believe. One of his advisors was the horse. His chief advisor. And slowly stir crazy into paranoia. I do believe he was assassinated by the Praetorian Guard. Are you shocked? You shouldn't be. There's a reason the Praetorian had to be decapped later on by the Senate, I believe. Because they kept fucking killing people. Like, holy shit, they were so corrupt. Like, bearing in mind these people are meant to be defending you. But they are the most likely to stab you in the back. Which is another thing, at least one of the Caesars knew very well about. The many stabbings of Caesar. That was Julius, as opposed to Nero. Though Julius was a frequent stabber. Well, stabbed, I guess. The one who called himself the new sun and put the people's tongue, the people who spoke. Yeah. That sounds about right. That sounds about right for Caligula. That is the thing Caligula would do. Just Caligula things, you know. I can be sent. Look, chill. I feel like he was not chill. The man sounds like he was fucking manic. Like, absolutely driving himself up the walls insane. I am convinced of this. There is no way the man is remotely cognizant. Honestly, I'm just impressed he maintained being emperor so long. I'm assuming he must have been cognizant at some point, but I really have to ask, how the fuck did he maintain power for as long as he did? Before he was, I'm 90% sure, assassinated. I could be wrong. I could look this up. I could just look this up. I'm going to look this up. Was Caligula assassinated? In early 41, Caligula was assassinated as a result of a conspiracy by officer Praetorian. Oh, of course, it was the fucking Praetorians that didn't get. Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, fuck me, they're beautiful sometimes. Everyone expects the Praetorian backstab. And there were senators involved as well, don't get me wrong, but let's be honest. You know the Praetorian Guard sat down one day and went, "You want to kill another emperor?" They're like, "Yeah." Alright, we're gonna go do it. So compared to Lucius. How the fuck do you say it? Lucius Tarquinius Servus. I think I said that right. Lucius Tarquinius Sumus? Or Superbus? Of us in there. A lot of us. Latin moment. I should be able to speak Latin just fine. I'm an angel. By the way, what good fantasy audible book should I try? Ooh, fantasy audible books. I mean, I could recommend you the classics. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, obviously, those are some classics. If you like Warhammer Fantasy, the Gotrek and Felix books are great. It was the last of the Roman Kings. Ah, okay. Let me think. What other fantasy books? A bit of an out there one, but one that I've been getting into quite a bit. Stormlight Archives is another one. Those are some ones I can think of pretty quickly that I could probably recommend. So yeah, you know, Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Gotrek and Felix, and Stormlight Archives. Those are probably the ones I can recommend. If you want some interesting fantasy novels. So for those who are on Twitch, there's ads that's going to come soon, by the way, in like 20 seconds. I have run out of snoozes. My apologies in advance. Yeah, those are good ones. I like them quite a bit. Stormlight Archives a bit newer to me. I've been getting into that a bit more recently. Mostly because I have a tabletop RPG campaign I'm going to be in. I mentioned it a few times. I apologize, this is the 5th time I've mentioned it. I need to remind myself what I've mentioned. I feel like I need to just keep a little fucking tally chart of like, you've mentioned this many times, Cope. Because I probably have. But yeah, those are ones that I quite recommend. What about the legends, I believe? Greek mythology, like heightened those things. I did. I don't know if there's audiobooks of those. I mean, if there are, if there's an audiobook of like some of those old Greek tales, yeah, you probably. Those are pretty good, I'd say. You may have heard them before, potentially. Like the Argonauts. There were various adventures. Legend of Hercules. Excuse me, Heracles. Excuse me. Hercules is his Roman name. Heracles is the Greek one. I'm being accurate here. Naming himself after Hera in an attempt to appease her. It not fucking work, she's a spiteful lady. To be fair, Zeus did fuck out of wedlock again. He likes doing his go-to thing to do. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for Zeus and unfortunately for Hera, she is incapable of finding someone else because divorce wasn't a thing back then, and she is the goddess of marriage. She can't betray Zeus. Technically. But Zeus betrays her all the fucking time. Jesus Christ. All the damn time. Man is unloyal. In the extreme. Hopefully. If there's one mythological figure who's a bit of a bastard, Zeus. 100% Zeus. Jesus. Poseidon's probably worse. I'm not sure. They're about as bad as each other, to be honest. Like, Hades isn't great either. He's the least fucking weird one of the three. Like, holy. Oh, there's, speaking of Greek ones, Percy Jackson. There you go, Percy Jackson. Yeah. This is exactly. Yeah, Heracles is he's a beefy boy. He's a beefy boy, but yeah, he wasn't as big as people say. He isn't the one from God of War. You know about that one. Heracles and that and God of War, holy shit, man was built. That is true. I don't believe Hades cheated. I assure you his wife did. I believe specifically she shared a mortal man between herself and Aphrodite. She got him during the winter months and hid him in the palace. Aphrodite got him in summer. And he had 1 month to himself because Zeus decreed that he had 1 month where he could be without either of those two nattering him. And then he was randomly killed by a bull. I think he was I want to say he was turned into a tree after that. I don't remember. But how should we say? I suspect Ares was jealous. And that is something Ares would do. That is an Ares move. Ares is not as bad as some of the other gods, but he's not great. Hey, Paint, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? You've caught us as we've tilted towards mythology now. Oh god, just looking back at my chat is just a fucking it's a whiplash effect. How you doing, man? How's things? Are you as happy as I am to see Dawn of War 4's a thing? I'm very happy to see that. Also, my god, it's not helping my temptation to paint another army. Fuck. Made pearls to maybe come in out of the world. Exactly, she did. Stephanie, she knew what she was about. Ooh, 1.5, but hell yeah. Hell yeah, well done. Very nice. 3k points? Well, god damn. That's not often you get a 40k game on 3k points. Like, Horus Heresy's a fucking 3k point beast, but 40k? Ooh, alright. Well, let's have Doomstalkers input. Oh, yeah. About damn time, innit? No. Doomstalkers are the big tall boys with the big gun, aren't they? Yes, they are. Yes, those are cool. Those are cool as shit. Love them things. Just the tall boys, man. Just seeing them walk around. Love that shit. I'm really curious how the Necrons will play in Dawn of War 4. I loved how they played in 3. Like, in 3, if you, like, rebought your lord, he would just get up wherever he was. And to be honest, he was nigh invincible. Wait, I need, like, another 100 hours because the new update with new armor is back. I need another 100 hours. Oh, it's new update with new armor. Oh, and Wukong, okay. Oh yeah, the Doomsday Blast is great. I seem to remember a lore tidbit about void shields being required to stop those things from punching through, which is wild to me, but also cool as shit. Wait, oh, who's that right now? How about? You're on the Sword Saint, aren't you? Yeah, I've heard things about him. I've heard he's actually a hard fight, unlike most Souls final bosses. He is actually a hard fight. So I hear. So, I wish you best of luck on that one. I hear it's a very hard fight, but you'll manage it. Hell, you might even one time. Who knows? You might even first time it. But best of luck to you. Oh, now. To be fair, saying a boss is hard in Sekiro is like saying that the sun will rise or that water makes things wet. It's just a fact. That game was built by a masochist, for fellow masochists. Or a sadist, I suppose. Could be a sadist who built it. Point is, it's not a game. It's so hard I want to jump off a roof, but it's so far going. I mean, hey, fair enough. I remember that dragon boss fight. That shit was wild. Who was it who, was it Maxor who was playing Sekiro on a keyboard, and every time he died, his chat would rebind a key? I don't even want to imagine what that was like, but oh god. Man saying it's easy and he thought, Jesus. Then again, you play a lot of Souls games, so I mean, if anyone would find it easier, it'd probably be you. For me, it'd probably feel impossible. It is how it is. So, one of these days, I may even finish Elden Ring. I keep saying that. I'll do it. I'll do it one day, okay, chat? Do it one day. Promise. Has anyone been playing Night Rain recently? I hear Goat Boy is the special one, by the way, now. Madness Goat, the special boss at the minute. Which sounds fucking insane. You know, the irony of that statement isn't lost on me. I mean, Necrons I like to play with Rain Necrons. They are, I feel like they're mainly a ranged army. I like some of their melee stuff, of course, don't get me wrong. They have some really cool melee, but I would agree they do feel to me like a predominantly ranged force, right? Now let's get back to the chatting. The Greek screwers and talking about Greek gods. No, not tonight, not tonight. Nah, don't worry. I have ideas, but I need to formulate my ideas. Sleep will help with this. But no, this week, I'll mention now before we wrap on up, but this week is going to be Dawn of War. So lots of Dawn of War 1. I'm probably going to play for the campaign. I've never played the campaign. I know most of the story beats, but I've never played it. So we're going to play it. It'll be fun. We're going to play the Blood Ravens and probably steal relics. It's like half their lore. Just stolen relics everywhere. Fucking manic for it. And then, you know, I'm not even shocked in that. Maybe he turned someone into a ram and then did it. Go to there. But yeah, then, as I say, Sunday is a rest day for me this week. I want to just stress, it will not be every Sunday. This one, though, will be. What was your drink today? Non-alcoholic stuff. Because I couldn't be bothered to get any in. I decided just to get some Vinto, I'll be honest. Just cordial. Although I've only had the one. Oh, God of War. Oh, God. The older God of Wars, man. I do miss them. They were quality. I played the older God of Wars, so great. Not as big on the new ones, personally. I think, I don't know. I get some of the appeal, but I don't know. I like the old ones too much. God of War 3 was peak, man. What can I say? Every 5 minutes, beating the fuck out of a god was just... it was the culmination of several games in the making. Hopefully they remastered 1 so you can actually punch Ares in the face properly. But, my dearest sinners, I'm sorry to say that the time has come, yet again, I must depart, must return to the heavens, and get some rest. But don't you worry, because tomorrow I will be back at the exact same time. But for longer. We're going to play some Dawn of War. So if you want to see me take a bunch of Space Marines and, you know, shenanigans. Yes, I do have Dawn ones. I do indeed. If you want to follow me on some shenanigans with some Space Marines, then I will do just that. So I've painted Silent King model. We're going to do a female Necron with 500 scarabs. We're going to need that. Sometimes they can't destroy us to thick fight. Very nice. We like that. The Scarab Queen. Nice. I like it. Like it. You'll have to share the pics when you got it all done. Right. With that all being said, I wish you all a wonderful night, wonderful day, whatever time it is for you. I will see you all tomorrow, my dear sinners. Until next time, ta for now.